Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel PokePidge. Today we are going to be talking through some pros and cons of the recent Pokemon Sword and Shield games. Now obviously it's quite easy to tell that I love these games, so there's going to be more pros than cons in this video. Obviously I will be bringing up the cons, so I'm going to be giving this game a fair shout and a fair review. I don't want to be completely biased to it, but I do want to let you know that I think it's fantastic in general. And of course, spoiler alert to anyone who hasn't played the games yet or is playing the games and doesn't really want to know any secrets or anything about it, I'm going to be going into detail in this, so there is your warning. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now first up we have the Dynamax feature. This is absolutely fantastic. When I saw this revealed initially, I did not think I was going to like it, or at least I didn't think it was going to be something I'd be spending much time on. However, it turns out that exploring the wild area for Dynamax, max raid battles is one of the most popular things that I've done. From these, you can battle with 3 other NPC trainers or 3 people online or 3 local players and take on one Dynamaxed giant Pokemon. They range from 1 stars to 5 stars, obviously 5 stars is more powerful, and from 3 stars onwards they can put up a little shield that you have to take down, but either way it's a fantastic mechanic. However, with this comes the online functionality of playing with other players. As I'm recording this video, there is actually a scheduled patch to improve online gaming tomorrow morning. So hopefully this fixes what I'm going to talk about. However, I do want to mention the fact that when you are online, it's hard to connect to basically anything. I've only really tried the max raid battles and I've tried to join them, and I'd say 9 out of 10 times you get a notification up saying that it's failed to connect or the time has passed, and it's not great. Not only that, the refresh button to load more stamps is sporadically appearing. It's not there all the time, and I feel like it needs to be. So once every 5-10 minutes or so you'll get a refresh button, yet all of the notifications you've got on the right hand side are completely null and void and you want to refresh, so it's not great. It's the first time Game Freak have really ventured into this kind of thing on this platform, so we'll see how that goes. With this comes sort of less cutscenes and things, which is fine. However, some of the cutscenes have got sort of jarring movement or movement that's out of place, especially with Zacian and Zamazenta in the post-game. Their movement isn't great, and when they walk to turn around in a circle, it's not good, not gonna lie. I really think if they're going to be making an advanced version of Sword and Shield in the future, like they did with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, then we really need to fine-tune these animations. They've done their Switch games now, they've learned from their mistakes, hopefully, and they're going to be programming something a little better. To be honest, that's pretty much it for my cons. The animations in cutscenes and the bad online functionality. Apart from that, the rest of this video is pretty much going to be pros, I'm not going to lie. One of those pros is that the start of the game has many new and varied Pokemon. In Routes 1 and 2 alone, you have 13 different Pokemon to choose from, 7 of which are Gen 8 Pokemon. So within the first hour of the game, you are introduced to 7 new Pokemon. Especially when their marketing team didn't really give away too many of these new Pokemon in the build-up. This was brilliant when I first played through the games. I was enjoying it so much, and I hope they do this sort of thing more often. Speaking of introducing new Pokemon, when you get to the wild area, you can catch so many Pokemon. You can't necessarily catch many Gen 8 Pokemon at the start, but oh my god, the amount of Pokemon available to you is just incredible. If you just go through the story, you could probably get to the wild area within an hour and a half maybe, even quicker than that. I mean, I stopped to train my Pokemon, my Scorbunny to level 10 and my Tutor to level 10, and I still got to the wild area after an hour and 55 minutes. That's incredible. It's a great way to get experience, a great way to get treasures and sell them on and get money, and it's a fantastic way to get a varied Pokemon team even before you've got your first badge. I'd like to mention the addition of TRs. These are similar to TMs. TMs are reusable. You can use those as many times as you want. TRs you can only use once. However, these TRs are brilliant moves. You get some fantastic moves in there like high horsepower, body press, heavy slam. You get some really strong and powerful moves. Poison jab, there's heat crash, loads. I love that they've done this, and it's just, I hope they keep this for future games. You get them after a max raid battle, you get at least 1 TR, and the more stars obviously the more TRs you get. I think the maximum I've got is 4 TRs from 1 max raid battle, and they're just a great idea. If I'm talking about pros and cons of this game, I have to mention the music. It is stunning. I've got to be honest, when I first heard that music, I had to just stop and listen for a minute. I didn't press any buttons, I just let the game carry on and play that, and I thought, oh my god, wow. This region is really coming alive now. And that particular track is used for a couple of routes as well, so it sort of comes and goes, and I am so welcoming for it. The amount of new Pokemon in this game is brilliant. We get introduced to 81 new Pokemon, and that doesn't include Galarian forms. Gen 6 had 72 new Pokemon, Gen 7 had 88, however, Gen 8 also had 27 legendaries. So if we look at that numbers there, Gen 6, the new Pokemon it had was 66 new out of 72, because 6 were legendaries. Gen 7 had 61 regular Pokemon out of 88. However, this generation has 78 completely new regular Pokemon out of the 81. There's only 3 legendaries. That is 78 regular Pokemon you can find on your run through. That is the largest amount of regular Pokemon we've had since Generation 5. And that was a very long time ago. And finally, I'd like to mention the fact that we are returning to gyms. We have got rid of those trials we had in Generation 7 when we're back to an 8 gym system. The way they delivered it is more like a 8 gym challenge, which is brilliant. When you finish those 8 gyms, you get qualified for the Champions Cup, and then you can play sort of semi-finals against all of your other gym challengers. And then you get to take on some of the gym leaders in a knockout tournament. There's no Elite Four in this, and I actually prefer the way that they've done it in this game. You don't know who you're going to be playing against, and it is such a fresh and original way of doing this. Eventually, of course, you play the champion, and then other stuff happens, but yeah, you get to beat the champion and become one yourself. But that's it, everyone. They are my pros and cons of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Have you played these games? Do you agree or disagree with anything I've said? Why not leave a comment down below? All comments are appreciated, and I like to think I reply to them all. But for this time, thank you all for watching, and I shall see you guys later. Goodbye.